Here are 3 things you must do after you buy a home. Either you just bought a home or in the process of buying a house, or you're thinking about buying a house. Either way, congratulations, you're moving in the right direction. There's a lot of information out there on steps to buy a house. However, there's not a lot of information regarding what you do after you buy it. So I hope to break it down to 3 different categories: transfer, security, and documentation. Quick shout out to the YouTube channel Win the House You Love. He actually inspired me to use these 3 categories. Through my experience and also helping many buyers buy a home, I hope to make these next steps quite easy for you. First, let's talk transfers. Let's go ahead and get the obvious right out the way: utilities, water, gas, electrical. About a week before closing-ish, you want to start making those phone calls and start scheduling those in advance to avoid any sort of delays. As soon as you get your closing documents, it's worth getting your addresses updated across the board, like your IDs, your employer, and also any creditors if needed. When it comes to getting your mail, you're gonna also want to go to your post office and establish a forwarding to, so any mail going to your previous address now gets forwarded to your current address. Now, if your new home requires a key to access a mailbox, you're gonna wanna make a phone call to the post office before your visit to make sure you ask all the right questions, like what documents do I need and blase blase. This will avoid any sort of back and forth. Normally you need the closing documentations to prove that you're the new purchaser and a valid ID, but you also may just need your ID fully updated with the address. Either way, make the phone calls, save yourself some time. Next is security. Change your locks as quickly and as soon as possible. It is definitely worth the investment, and you can also have a locksmith go and change all your locks to one brand new key for your convenience. And with all this new fancy gear, anything that grants you access to your home needs to be completely reset. If you're using existing cameras, which I personally don't recommend, I strongly encourage you to contact the provider to make sure you and only you have access to those cameras. Your garage door and anything that has remote access to your home, strongly encourage that you go straight to the unit itself and reset the entire thing so it can kind of shut off any previous remotes that had access to it. And speaking of cameras, regardless if it's brand new or pre-owned, it's worth walking around and make sure there's no hidden cameras. These days you really just never know. Also within security is layout. Get familiar with your brand new home layout. Understand where your shut-off valves are for your water and gas, where their breakers are and if they're properly labeled. Are the smoke detectors in working order, which we'll talk more about in the inspections later, and where are all the fire extinguishers located. And something not a lot of people really talk about is have an exit strategy in case of a fire or a home invasion. Look, we may not all be John Wick, but if something goes down, you and your family should know where to go. Finally, documentation. Yes, I know you'd be fully elated, and it's probably the last thing on your mind, the stack of papers that the title rep handed you after spending an hour signing these documents. It's going to be the last thing on your mind. However, strongly encourage you, amongst all the happiness and joy, that you place that packet in a secure place. You're going to want to grab the payment coupon that is included in that packet to make sure you know when and where to submit your first monthly payment. Sometimes lenders do not accept their first payment electronically, so you just want to make sure that you do not miss your first payment. Safekeep your survey, especially if later on you have plans to do some development in the backyard or anything. This document tells you where your boundaries and where your easements are. But if you lose this document and need to get another one, it can cost you $400 plus just to get that replaced. It's expensive. Also, just make a digital copy. That's probably the safest way to go. Review and safekeep your home warranties as well. Side note on that, for your home warranties, if you have any, you can actually put it on your calendar if you have a digital calendar way in advance to make sure that you're getting the reminders if needed. Finally, under documentations is inspections, which kind of encompasses maintenance. Your inspection report is a very, very detailed documentation and pretty much a really good to-do list. Before you get all fancy and start upgrading your home, strongly recommend that you keep this document and do these things first, because these things listed are normally safety measures. They may not all be, they may be cosmetic, but at least you get these things out of the way that'll pass an inspection. And just like your warranties, I would strongly encourage all you guys to set up calendar reminders for all your maintenances. You have your annual, your quarterly, such like water heater and HVAC, stuff like that. It's super easy to just overlook with our busy schedules, and a simple reminder can go a long way. This also includes trash days and lawn care. And here are a couple just off the wall but honorable mentions. Get familiar with your neighbors and your neighborhood. No, you don't have to be everybody's best friend, but being on a smile and wave basis can offer you extra security when you're away on vacation or in need of a helping hand. Also, if you're in an HOA, review your documentations to avoid any sort of violations or warnings. If you see the security guard driving by, wave at them, possibly have a conversation with them. It doesn't hurt to have somebody on the inside. You are going to be receiving a lot of junk mail. By being a homeowner, that information is public. So just be prepared for that in the next couple months and a bunch of door knockers trying to get your business. Tax exemptions, you don't have to get charged for that. You can do that on your own. Quick side note. Finally, I'll leave you with this. As a new homeowner, you are now a business owner. Take really good care of your home, as it is an asset that you can take full advantage of later. Throughout the year, I send real estate reviews to my friends and family and my clients, breaking down their estimated home values and also giving them a breakdown of the current market, keeping them ahead of the game. And if you are in San Antonio, Texas and surrounding cities and would like to be a part of that list, just email me at jmoses@cbharper.com and I can start sending those updates. I hope this is helpful. Yes, it is a lot of information, but guys, I tell you, if you start doing this right from the jump, it's a lot easier and less surprises in the near future. My name is John Moses with Coldwell Banker D. Harper Realtors. If you or you know somebody looking to buy, sell, or invest, send them my way and be a part of my VIP referral program. To old friends and new,